Today, we're going to build the Tantive 4 using 20 LEGO pieces.
These are all the pieces you are going to need. In the description of this video, I left the piece names, count, and design IDs.
I'm going to start with this 1x2 plate with open end handle. And the reason I'm doing the open end handle is because if you look at this handle, it's got 3 distinct sections. Well, in each of those 3 sections, I'm going to get one of these bar holders with clip, and I'm going to put them into all 3 of those sections of my handle here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that 2 times to create 6 engines, those large engines in the back of the Tantive 4. And so once I've got this completed, I'm going to grab a 1x2 plate with finger grip, that 1x2 plate with finger grip, and I'm going to put those engines on the bottom of that plate and the top. And when I'm done, you're going to kind of see those distinct iconic engines to the Tantive 4 as it comes on screen being chased by that Star Destroyer in Star Wars: A New Hope. And now this part was a LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar design, and I love the engines. And then from there, I wanted to completely rework it. So this kind of inspired the rest of the model. And the next thing we're going to do, that again was just kind of, this is all me just adding on now and creating a whole new ship, is I didn't like those 2 studs there. It wasn't thick enough. So I'm going to add one of these white ingot pieces, or the white minifigure bar pieces are kind of used for gold. And if you don't have this piece in white, you can just use a 1x2 tile in white. But we definitely want to give this a little girth. And the reason I'm using this ingot is because I like the texture here. It's rough, and that's what Star Wars is and why it was so great. It wasn't these smooth, perfectly angular ships. It was rough, it was gritty, they were used, they had parts on it. So I really love that piece. And so now we're done with the engines of our Tantive 4, and we're going to go on to that body, that large, long body. And I'm going to start with this 1x1 plate with ring. And now, the Tantive 4 has like a dark reddish color, but the problem is, believe it or not, as of now, this 1x1 round red plate only comes in like a half dozen sets in a dark red. And this 1x2 finger grip plate only comes in 1 set in a dark red. So if you've got the dark red pieces, by all means, use them, but most of us probably only have these in red, and that's going to kind of simulate that dark red coloring on the Tantive 4. But now we've got my 1x1 plate with ring. Well, on the ends of that ring, I'm going to get 2 round 1x1 plates in red, and that's going to kind of do that little circular ring you see on the outside of the cockpit area or the bridge. And once I've got those red plates on, I'm going to do the rest of it and give it a little more length with 2 1x1 round white plates, and that's going to be like the actual hull. And now, once we've got those on, you kind of see the main cabin or the bridge of the Tantive 4. And now we just kind of build the long section in the middle. And to do that, I'm going to start with a 1x2 plate piece. And I'm going to put that ring clip onto the front stud, top stud of my 1x2 plate. And now, on the back stud of my 1x2 plate, I'm going to get that 1x2 plate with finger grip that I was talking about earlier in red. And I'm going to put it so that it lines up and goes onto that back stud. And you can already see how this is lengthening out our ship. Now right here I've got that white plate and the 1x2 red plate. On there, on that seam, those front 2 studs, I'm going to get a 1x2 jumper plate and put that right on top. And you got that little bump there because, again, if you look at the top of the Tantive 4, there's some laser cannons, there's a radar dish, so you don't want that to be perfectly smooth. And now the next thing we're going to do is I want to hide this finger grip. Now ideally I am going to put these together like this, and I can do that now if you want, but I'm going to show you why I'm doing this here. Is I'm getting this 2x1 curved slope, and I'm going to put that curved slope onto that back stud. And you can kind of see how it goes over that finger clip grip and hides it. And now once it's hidden, I can kind of just insert those 2 pieces together, and we've got a full-bodied Tantive 4. And you kind of see it's more solid. It doesn't have these loose pieces. It looks like one large model as opposed to 2 pieces clicked together. And now I did want to add a little more girth here, or structure underneath, because I got this divot here. And to fill that in, I'm going to grab this 1x1 round plate with 1L bar and put that round plate stud into the bottom of my 1x2 finger clip plate. underneath and just run it along, and you see it's a perfect fit. It just goes all the way to the end and kind of connects the ship and just makes it look more like a single ship instead of two Lego pieces put together. But when we're all done, we've got a Tantive 4 to flee the Empire as it tries to get those Death Star plans to the Rebel Alliance.
If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe or check out some of our other videos. Until next time, let's keep building together.